guys, my very first video log here on YouTube. I'm gonna see how it goes, and maybe I'll make some more after this. I don't know, who knows. So what I'm driving right now is a 1985 Honda Rebel, and I got it about 3 months ago, and I gotta give props and credits to Skeletor 1 and also 88 Hawaii off of YouTube, because they're the ones who really inspired me to try this video log thing. It looks kind of fun, and I needed a new digital camera anyway, so I went ahead and, of course, I am using a Kodak EasyShare. There's a V570 and the V750, or 705. V570 and V705. The biggest difference between the two that I've seen is just that the V705 has more megapixels than the V570. I don't know, the numbers are kind of confusing, but from the best I can tell, the V705 is really hard to find in black, and I found one on eBay. It was refurbished, but it was a pretty good deal, so I went ahead and bought it. And we'll see how the video logging goes. I don't know, it's different doing it, as I'm finding out right now. It's fun to watch, but there's a lot of things you got to take into consideration when you're filming. It's kind of distracting at first, and you also have to find stuff to talk about, and if you don't, then it gets boring. Because I've noticed 88 Hawaii has a lot of subscribers, but you know, there's only so many people on YouTube that are going to subscribe to videos and watch them, so if I'm not interesting here and no one watches me, then I'm just going to be talking to myself, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. But yeah, I don't know, I'm going to try and make my rides a little interesting. I probably won't update them every day like 88 does, but once a week or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. Figure it out. So I mounted my camera in my helmet kind of the traditional way, like everyone else did. I was actually gonna try it mounting it like where my forehead is, because I was looking at my helmet and there's actually quite a bit of room up there, and I was thinking about mounting it up there, but I ran into a problem where I didn't want to sacrifice any of the structural stability in my helmet, because my forehead is going to be a pretty vulnerable point if I crash, and I would have had to cut away some of that foam, and the foam is what takes the impact and spreads the force of the impact around, and if you cut the foam, then that's a weak point. So the impact is gonna just stay in that area. It's not gonna disperse, because the cracks are not gonna let it, or the cuts in the foam are not gonna let the force, they spread throughout the forehead area. So I kind of declined on that. I didn't want to die. I like life too much, so I opted for the old front mounted, right on the lower jaw portion of the helmet. So it works for me right now. I don't know, it's the first time I've tried it, and I don't even know how the sound's going to turn out, so let me know what you think. I did a little dremeling on the jaw portion of the helmet, and that kind of held it in, I'm thinking. So, and I have a little rubber band, a little cheesy setup. I want to get something a little more concrete and solid holding my camera in right now, but for now, it's really not going anywhere. I have it in this little slot, and it's not really going to go anywhere, but it's just a little too loose for what I like, so we'll see how it goes. And right now I'm going to work, and it's cool because 88 Hawaii is of course in Hawaii, and then I watched Skeletor's videos, and he's like East Coast, I don't know, Virginia, something like that. There's another guy, I don't know his username, but he had a southern accent, so I'm assuming he was from the south somewhere. And now I'm in Oregon, so it kind of is cool because it will give you a little bit of glimpse of all the motorcycle riders throughout the world. And of course, Morta 13 is like in Taiwan or some Asian country. And he's on YouTube, he's on live video, but I watched a few of his videos as well, and it was kind of interesting just to see the different ways people ride everywhere. I mean, it's interesting, everyone's manners. Like, it's pretty organized here. I went to New York for a trip one time, and it was like, you know, it was in the city, of course, but it was wherever you could go and wherever you could fit your car or motorcycle into, you know, that's where you were driving. And it was kind of funny, because if you drove like that here, you would be getting tickets, and you would be getting flipped off and honked at all day long. You would not be very popular. But in New York, it's pretty common. It was interesting. I hated it though. I wouldn't want to, you know, it's interesting to go visit, but I don't see how anyone can live in New York. It sucks, in my opinion. Of course, I'm used to living in the country, so yeah, look at that. That's what I'm used to right here. Pretty nice. So, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, this is my third month driving a motorcycle, and I really enjoy it. I'm driving a Rebel. It's a 250. It's an 85. The first year they made them. It's in really good condition for how old it is. I'm 21. This bike is 22 years old, so it's older than me, and I think it runs better than me too. So I don't know, but I'm looking to get a bigger bike. I got a guy I'm supposed to meet with. I'm looking for a Ninja, and he's going to give me a good price on a Ninja I'm looking at. It's a 94, so it's a little older, but it's still an upgrade from this. It's a 600, 600C, I think is what he said. Yeah, so Kawasaki Ninja is kind of what I'm looking at. I really didn't consider it that much until I watched 88 Hawaii, and he had an R1, I think, and then he switched to a Ninja, and it was like, huh. If 88's driving a Ninja, I'm gonna drive a Ninja.